did it right.
Look at that, huh?
Welcome, everybody, to the
like a pro
Giants Coaches Show here, and it's powered by Red River Communications, and Brian's right on top of it here after a couple of weeks.
And we started on time, too.
And we did start on time. Look at that.
Yeah, we won't blame Jeff. But
Chad Affield will be proud.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's how it goes. So how you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
I'd like a little less rain.
Yeah?
Yeah. Men's league has been canceled like 3 weeks in a row or whatever, so
that golf game is kind of slow.
Yeah, kind of suffering a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Play a little bit on vacation.
Yeah?
Then I was excited to come back, maybe, have a little step ahead. Yeah.
No.
It's gone now.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Gone now.
And the rain tonight didn't help any.
No.
And we're going to talk golf here with head coach of the Huskies boys golf team. That's Jeff Ralph. Jeff, how's your golf game? You must have gotten out a few times.
9 holes. That's all I played.
That's all you've been able to get.
Every weekend has been raining and whatever. And
yeah, Boy to Sue is in tough shape right now, too, isn't it?
It's when they can avoid the flood fight and just take care of the golf course.
Yeah.
But the course is in really good shape except for the water.
Except for the water.
So I saw a picture last night standing on the 16 green, looking east, and 100 yards, the whole fairway is covered in water.
Yeah.
And they got it off enough where the kids could play the JV tournament today, but it was really, really wet today.
Oh. Yeah, I know. I drove by there the other day, and 1 and 9 were just flooded from that pond, and it just looked tough. I don't know if is that off of there yet? Is that still
they got that pumped off.
Okay.
That's the big pump on the dike. I think took care of that.
Okay.
But on the back, it's they got the tractor backed up and got the pump running, and he's scrambling trying to get it taken care of. But then when you get dumped on like we just did, 15 minutes ago or a half hour ago with that rain, and it's kind of a losing battle right now. But
yeah, it is. Well, let's talk some Huskies boys golf here, Jeff. Since we last met, you've had a couple of outings here. I think you had a Boy to Sue one. You had Detroit Lakes Country Club, it looks like, and Edgewood, and then just on Monday you were at Village Green. So you got a young team. I'm not going to try and make excuses for you, but obviously they're a young team.
Yeah, we're really young. I was thinking today after you texted me, how do we describe our team? And it's like, most teams have a JV, a varsity, or a junior high, a JV, and a varsity. And we kind of have 2 junior high teams and a JV maybe. Mm-hmm. We're just that young. The other day we're up at Village Green, and it was a state qualifier, so we could bring 8. So we brought 6 8th graders and 2 9th graders.
Wow.
And our 2 9th graders, Bjorn Kubala and Aiden Bone, Bjorn's our leader. I mean, he's our best player right now. Shot 94 at DL Country Club, which is really good. After, I think he was 9 over through 6 holes or something. I mean, just struggling. And then knocked one on a par 3, had about a 12-footer for birdie and missed it, but got a par. And then he kind of got on a roll where he was making pars and making bogeys. And if he can do that, he can be a good player. And we're not hoping to one day this season have Bjorn shoot 74. That's just not going to happen. But we're hoping to get him down where he's at 90 or 89. Yeah. And then through the summer and this fall he can work at it, and the next spring will be in that 85 range where he can shoot a respectable score for us. Yeah. Aiden Bone, I think, is the same boat. He's kind of a kid who's trying to break 100 and then get down to that 90 mark. And he had 100 at Edgewood on Friday. Had our low score, and for the most part, just didn't have the one big blow-up hole that kind of plagues all the boys. You plugging along, making bogeys, and then you make a quad or a quintuple bogey on a hole, and it just sets your whole mindset off probably, and then it's hard just to get it back to where their confidence level is a little bit low sometimes, but.
Yeah. And this is Aiden's first year at golfing, isn't it, Aiden Bone?
He played JV for us for 2 years,
okay.
But his first year on the varsity, I mean, kind of thrown to the wolves. But, but he's, I think he's a kid who he wants to play golf. He's taken some lessons. He's done some work, and I think he's a kid we're going to see some progress from over the course of the next 4 years.
He's going to play some this summer with his sister.
He will. So. Yep. Yeah, and. You know what? a lot of that is parental support too. I mean, his mom and dad provide him with the support he needs to be able to play golf. And sometimes we stretch kids so thin with playing every sport and whatever. And Aiden plays football, and in the winter he did a lot of golf stuff. So he kind of got himself there, and that's kind of what it takes sometimes.
Yep.
But he's had a couple good rounds for us. Josh Hoffman had a 103 at Edgewood. Just again, there's an 8th grader who can shoot 103 and then shoot a 123 the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that inconsistency that they have. Michael Peterson, I think, has been pretty solid for us. Kind of hanging around that 103, 105 range for all the tournaments. Texted me on Sunday, had a 95 out at Boise Sioux, his personal best, so it's there.
Yeah.
It's coming, but it's a big work in progress for him too. So a couple of guys we've seen some good stuff from. I think Isaiah Brushert, I think we play him at our 6-man, but he's really been probably the most consistent of our bottom 3. Doesn't shoot 99, but just kind of hangs around that 103, 104 thing too. And a kid who I think has made a commitment to be a golfer and got some clubs this spring and is just kind of getting into it where he's feeling comfortable. And a year like this would be a year where with these young kids it would have been really nice to have perfect weather all the time. Even today, yesterday was pretty much a washout for practice. I mean, the course was flooded. Then today we get out and, I mean, the course is in pretty tough shape. There's no driving range. And so we were out on the course hitting shots from, about 30 yards and from the fringe on number 1. But it's just, they just need that constant, feedback of hitting good shots. And we're kind of getting chewed up here a little bit where we don't get out all the time.
Yep.
This is a group of guys that just needs to play almost every day and to have some consistency, but they're getting there.
Yeah, I was going to say, by the looks of it here, I think you got just an EDC regional will be your 4th. It's like you got 4 tournaments left, including the EDC. So you got 3 regular season ones, and then the EDC after that. And you've talked about all these guys, hovering in the low 100s or maybe even a little bit below there with Bjorn once in a while. Is their goal? Do they have personal goals of saying, I want to get below 100 and break that 100?
99 is their number.
That's their number.
I mean, and for all of them, Bjorn's past that, I think, but for the rest of them, each
got to be realistic.
Each one of those is a barrier for a golfer. When you get to 100, that's I want to break 100. Once you do that, now you want to go bogey golf and beat 90, and then you want to break 80, and that's a tough one.
Yeah.
But breaking 90, I think these guys, it'll be something for them next year. That's going to be their thing where they're going to want to get down to where they're breaking 90, and now it'll take some work to progress past that. But it's like a stepping stone. They have to get to each one of those points, and Bjorn's there.
Yeah.
But the rest of them are just they're right on the edge sometimes. Like Aiden with the 100 last Friday. I mean, he's right there. Just make a putt somewhere or. Maybe avoid a penalty shot and, all things we talk about, all the time. But 99 is a number, and that's kind of when I text them, what time we're leaving or whatever, and then it's hashtag 99 at the end, and they all send it back. And so they're on it. They're just, we're young. We're really young.
They're all on the same page.
I mean, we have things like, we got to talk to them about how to behave in the restaurant when we go eat after, and how to. And their parents have told them, but they kind of feel like they're on this junior high field trip sometime, and we gotta rein them in a little bit. So that's part of the process too.
Yeah, and I remember last time we met too. You talked to them about the golf etiquette thing and things like that. That all goes hand in hand together with the restaurant etiquette. So
they're getting there.
Yep, they are. All right, Coach. You got anything else you want to ask Coach on the golf part of it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's got a young team, and I think, sometimes as coaches, we're not always playing for this year. We're playing for in the future, and I think we've got a team that's got some steps to make. They're certainly doing that, but if they can stay with it, that's the hard part of golf. Like, you get so frustrated, even though this is what you're supposed to shoot as an 8th grader or whatever, but yet you're still trying to compete. you get a little frustrated, and then maybe maybe I don't want to do that anymore. If they can stick it out, they'll see the progression, and when they're juniors and seniors, they'll understand what they've done.
Yep.
Yep.
It's and I think you said it. It's a lot of it is just me being patient and being positive with them, and we get on them about rule stuff and etiquette stuff, but playing a bad shot, that's going to happen sometimes.
Yep.
They're just so inconsistent, but they really are a crew that I think wants to be good at golf. So it's going to be a fun crew to watch.
It's going to be fun. A couple of years. Give them a little more time to grow. All right. I think also this could be our last show for this spring. We got a park board meeting next week, and the week after that, I'm on vacation for a week. I get to get out of here.
You call that vacation down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a good time down there.
All right. Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to the Indianapolis 500 that week.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, I'd be remiss without asking you both. I've seen a lot of it on Facebook, and you both guys have got some busy the month of June coming up here. You guys want to talk about what you guys got going on as basketball coaches?
I'll let them handle it.
Put your other coaches' hat on.
We have our boys and girls camps coming up. The girls camp will be June 1, 2, and 3. 7th, 8th, and 9th graders in the morning from 9 to 11 or 9 to noon, and then our young kids 3 through 6th grade after lunch from 1 to 4. And 3 days of basketball, 3 days of seeing how Coach Watson does it. And I think for our kids to see that, especially the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, that's how we do some stuff. And I do the same thing with the boys. The following week we show them some things we do, and it's a fun 3 days, but also I think for some of the older kids it really maybe sometimes eye-opening a little bit, and some expectations are given out there. So, but the girls are June 1, 2, 3, and then the following Monday we have the boys camp, June 6, 7, 8. Same deal, grades 7 through 9 in the morning and grades 3 through 6 afternoon. So I've got on our Husky basketball page, they can contact me or Coach Watson through his website, or if they have our number, the number's on the forums. Certainly call or text or whatever and let us know if you need something. I've had a couple emails just in the last few days about, hey, can I get one for my son or daughter? And I certainly email them out if they didn't get them. I passed them out to all the kids at St. John's and all the kids at Wapton Elementary, and the middle school kids will get them on Monday. So be patient, and if you want one sooner, by all means, we'll get them passed out. And it's a fun 3 days for our kids, and
that's a good deal.
I enjoy seeing some of these kids that are going to come through and see how they progress each year. So
it's good. I for us, it's nice to kind of see some of those 8th and 9th graders, and like Coach said, it's a little eye-opening for them. It's a little different pace, the expectation in high school. And some of the 8th graders, they've been with Coach Goulon, but to get a little taste of varsity it's a little bit different. So, and then, we get a couple Breck kids that come over. I'd like to see more Breck kids attend. So it's open to both sides of the river. It's not just a Wahpeton camp, even though it does say Husky camp, but it's open to everyone in Richland County. So
I was just going to say about outlying
we had,
counties too.
Maddie Bogenreef and another girl came over last year from Breckenridge. So absolutely, we just want kids to play ball and have some fun for a couple
that's
days.
the big thing.
We have a busy June. Our boys basketball, once that camp is over, we're 2 or 3 days a week at team camp, and our skill stuff. And I encourage all the kids to get signed up for strength and conditioning with Coach Gross. He's got a big summer plan for them and the gains we need to see for our kids to compete in the EDC.
And I know Coach Imdeck and Bogenreef have got something going on over there too as well. And like you said, they can go to both. Just play ball.
You just got to play. That's all we're asking. So it doesn't matter where you play. You just have to play in order to get better. And our experience this year going to state tournament and getting there is great. But I think once we're there, we realize we got a lot of work to do. So if you don't come away from that wanting to get better and wanting more, then there's something wrong. But there's plenty of opportunities to get better, and that's all that we're asking. Just I always say if you get better, then we get better. So, but it takes the individual to go out there and do it. So,
all right. So once again, if they want to get in touch with you guys, they can find it on the Facebook page.
both our Facebook pages. They can contact us through Facebook as well. The sign-up sheet will get posted on WahpetonGirlsBasketball.com as well.
Okay.
Both boys and girls sign-up sheets will be on
Awesome.
WahpetonGirlsBasketball.com.
All right. Anything else, Coach?
Nope. Thanks for all the coverage this year. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
No problem. Thanks for coming in, too, and on a rainy evening. All right. That's head coach of the Wahpeton Huskies boys golf team, Jeff Ralph. And I think up next we got Kevin Heidemann coming in here for the Cowboys baseball team. He's a little wet. He was out in the rain.
He was outside in the rain.
So Kevin Heidemann's coming up next, and then we got Dan Frame is just poked in here too. So Dan Frame's going to come in and talk some girls tennis too, as Amanda Lundsetter and Andrew could not make it tonight. So Dan Frame will be after Kevin, and we'll be up next here right after this.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season.
Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefit package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry-level starting wage in the factory is $19.73 per hour. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Denise at 701-671-1338.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Then and down the road. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents.
Red River Human Services Foundation provides services to people with disabilities, which enhances their quality of lives and enable them to live, work, and develop relationships in their communities. Red River Human Services Foundation has multiple direct support professional positions available in their Wahpeton, Fargo, and West Fargo locations. Job opportunities include flexible scheduling, competitive wages, on-site paid training, and life experience. Voted #1 place to work for the past 5 years, join their team and apply online at www.rrhsf.org. Red River Human Services Foundation supports all local area sports activities and wishes everyone the best of luck.
I think so. Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show. I was just looking at Chad's text. Chad sent a text, said hi, so we got to say hi to Chad.
Hello, Chad.
Hello, Chad Hatfield.
There we go.
And thanks for coming back here to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody, powered by Red River Communications. I'm Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson, and joining us here shortly will be Kevin Heidemann. And he's Cowboys baseball head coach. Come in just a little bit wet, but first off, I want to mention here first, Brian, June 4th, we got a surprise for the folks. We're going to do something that's non-sports.
We like to throw a little here and now, different things in. So
June 4th, we're at 10 a.m. and we're going to start a little bit early on our coverage. We're going to do the Blue Goose Parade.
It's going to be fun.
So we're going to do that live from Town Center Square here just down the street, and we're going to broadcast the Blue Goose Parade. So if you have a float in the parade, make sure you get the information to Lisa at the chamber, and we'll give you a plug as you drive by. So looking forward to doing that. Raleigh's going to make the call on that one, and Julie's going to be attending a
Wedding.
bridal shower. Or
Oh,
something.
bridal shower.
Yeah,
That's
bridal
right.
shower.
Yeah.
So Julie won't be with them, but we're looking for somebody to fill in for Raleigh, and we might actually talk Lisa Kunkel from the chamber to do that
There we go.
with Raleigh.
There
So,
you go. There you go. I might do my best Al Roker.
Yeah, there you
Hang
go.
out in the crowd. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that.
I don't know how good that would be, but
Yeah,
we'll try it.
We'll see. We'll see.
And then on June 18th, of course, we have 2 football games we're doing.
There you go, Shrine Bowl.
Shrine Bowl on June
Year
18th.
2 doing the Shrine Bowl.
What?
Year 2
Year
of
2
doing
of doing a Shrine Bowl.
Shrine Bowl, yeah.
Yep. June 18th, the 9-man and the 11-man game. Unfortunately, this year we don't have any Breckenridge Cowboy representatives on the team, but we do have one Wahpeton representative, is Blake Schaefer. We got a couple from Wyndmere Lidgerwood on the teams on the 9-man squad, and Jacoby Anderson from Tri-State's going to be on the 9-man team. So I think it's Tate Jurdy and Johnny Gutzmer from Wyndmere Lidgerwood.
Yep.
for
That
the
should be some good football. It was good last year, and then we're teaming up with Your Live event to kind of expand our coverage a little bit. Going to have some different cameras, sideline reporters.
Yeah.
So it should be good. Should be real good.
Be good. All right, so let's get to the business at hand. This poor guy over here to my left has been sitting in the rain and was out practicing tonight. We'll talk about that in a minute, Kevin. But Kevin Heidemann came in, filling in here at 7:15. Andrew Lundsetter couldn't make it in tonight, so I appreciate you stepping up and coming in at 7:15.
Yep, no problem.
You were on your way home to dry out, and I had you come back in. So thank you for doing that, Kevin. And all right, let's talk some Cowboy baseball. Your first, we hadn't even played yet, and the first time we met a couple weeks ago, and you went up to Barnesville and you snuck one out right away.
Yeah, and we talked about it back then. We were going to be young. We didn't have great numbers. We've been starting a lot of freshmen and an 8th grader, and it's going to be kind of a season of growing. Mm-hmm. And we won our first game, but you look back at that game and Barnesville walked or hit us 14 times.
Oh wow!
In that game, and so we ended up winning that game 14-7. I think the score was, but we had a lot of help.
Yeah.
And since then, we lost the second game up there 5-0, and since then, we lost a doubleheader to Perham, we lost a doubleheader to DGF, and then last night we lost a doubleheader to Pelicans. So we've lost 6 straight, but in all 6 of those games we've been 10-run. We haven't played more than 5 innings. Mm. So. And some of them got a little bit out of hand. So we're sitting at 1-7 right now. But starting with not a large group, small numbers to start with.
Right.
We haven't had a full. Even with the 10 guys that we have, we've been missing at least 2 guys every game. Yeah. We got Alex Sanchez out with his foot. Zane Mickelson, our catcher, broke his arm.
I didn't know that.
Yep, broke his arm. Craziest thing I've never seen. I've seen a guy tip, catch interference where they tip the glove.
Yep.
I've even seen it knock the glove off his hand.
Yep.
I've never seen anybody get hit in the forearm.
In the forearm.
This far up his forearm. And just a freaky thing. Tough spot to lose our catcher, so he breaks his arm. So he's out
for the season.
For 8 weeks and probably a month of Legion probably.
Sure. Oh my God.
So we have Colin Roberts is going to miss our doubleheader tomorrow. He's got some wisdom teeth, and got another kid sick. So we're playing a lot of young kids. We're like I said, we're starting 3 9th graders and an 8th grader, and that's leaving 1 guy on the bench. Mm-hmm. So we don't have a lot of numbers. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a struggle, but there's we're learning a lot.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy to say. There's some bright spots, and we're getting better, but we got a long way to go, and it's. Some of these younger kids are getting experience that they would not normally get. Mm-hmm. So there is some good in it. It's going to help us down the road. It's kind of hard when you're going through it, and we haven't gone through this in a long time. So this is kind of in a unique spot, but it's going to help us down the road. But it's hard to go through it right now, and we're not just there's some things we can control and some things we can't. When you're physically not mature and maybe not ready to be put into those spots. Some of those things you can't control. You can play as hard as you can and give 110%, right? But the way you play the game, you can control that. And that's things like, never quitting, not getting down when you're getting beat. If you've made 3 or 4 errors in an inning, to continue into battle. We can get better at the things we can control, and we need to.
Yep.
Some of the things we're not going to be able to control, but the things that we can control, there's room for improvement.
Okay, so that's good. So, and one of the other things too, folks, when you look at the Cowboys at 1-7 right now, you haven't played anybody in single A yet. Everybody's double A so far.
Right.
So you haven't even played anybody in your section yet. Yeah, I think I looked and I saw, was it Uppsala is up there at 8-0, and
Right.
I think some of those teams are up there undefeated, but yet you haven't been able to play any single A games yet.
No, and we might not, the way we're going. I mean, who knows what tomorrow looks like, but we're getting to the point now where we lose any more games, and then these conference games will, they'll supersede, some of these single A non-conference games. So we might not ever play them at the rate that we're going. So, of course, and it is what it is. I mean, someday we'll do a show on that, but for us being in the Heart of Lakes Conference, I mean, that's probably not a great fit going, looking down the road longer term. Sure. But that's where we are today. So we're going to, play the hand that we're dealt with. But, again, it's baseball's a game of numbers. It's like football, and we don't have a lot of them, and we're young, and so we're going to go through some growing pains. But and you look at the stats. I mean, high school baseball is simple. You put the ball in play. You make the routine plays, and when you're on offense, you don't walk anybody. Right. You do those three things, you're going to win the majority of your games, right?
Yep, you're going to do well.
And when you look at our numbers, I mean, I think we struck out 69 times in the last 44 innings. So that's, half of our outs are strikeouts, right? Yeah. And we've only walked 23 times. Wow. And then on the other side of the ball, we've walked 56 guys in 44 innings. So we're, not quite 1.5, but, you're not going to win very many games regardless it doesn't matter who you play when you do that, right?
If you're putting a runner on an inning in a free pass, it's going to hurt you sooner or later.
Right. It's going to come back to haunt you. And then, defense, we got young kids throwing. We get, nobody's playing the same spot twice because we don't have the same lineup twice. We got a lot of new kids coming in with all the injuries and some of the things we've had. So, it's a struggle, but you know what? We have half the season left, and so we got to forget about the first half and we got to worry about, how we play the game the second half. And I'm as concerned right now about how we play the game as whether we win or lose, because there's a lot to be learned and a lot of things that we can still do right, before we get into the playoffs.
Yeah, to keep their positive attitudes and keep saying, I can do this and we can do this as a team. So,
right, and you look at our pitching. I mean, we've thrown 9 different guys already.
Wow.
So,
your roster's only about 12, but
well, yeah, and like tomorrow it'll be 10 with the 8th graders and the 3 9th graders. But so we are throwing. I mean, tomorrow we might throw 3 freshmen against Holly. Yeah. So they're getting some valuable experience that they wouldn't normally get, and you hope that helps them down the road. Mm-hmm. I think it will, but that's what we're dealing with. So you play the game the best that you can and kind of let the ball bounce the way it bounces, but anyhow.
Yep. And then, so you go to Holly tomorrow, and I think they're winless.
Yeah, and I think they've only played 3 games.
We're not saying anything's going to happen, but they haven't played much at all.
Yeah, they haven't played many games. I mean, unless there's some on there that we haven't seen. But yeah, they are winless. But again, 2 of their losses I think are to Perham. Yeah. So I mean, not very many people in our section are going to compete with Perham. No. On a day-to-day basis, that's an uphill battle. But Holly always finds a way to play us tough. And that'll be no gimme. I mean, every game we go into, we think we got a shot of winning, and we do tomorrow too, right? Mm-hmm. Holly's kind of always a little bit been a thorn in our side a little bit, but if we can get things going and just like I said, make the routine plays and just throw strikes and give ourselves an opportunity. Right. I mean, we have kids that have a lot of potential. I mean, that's where we're sitting. We're young. We got a lot of potential.
Yeah, there is. Yep, you'll do all right. All right, and the reason you came in wet tonight, you got done with your high school practice and you had your first amateur practice.
Yep, we had our first amateur practice tonight. And
you had a lot of guys show up.
Yeah, I think we got 19 guys on the roster. And I think, the science school guys are gone because they're out of town.
Yep, they left.
And Mitch is still up at Concordia, so they were missing 3 or 4 guys, but we had a lot of guys there tonight. I think there were 16 guys or something like that there. So, yeah. And of course, we got rained out. So
you got some BP done, but your arm is still hanging on.
Yeah, it's still hanging on. And that's coming up quick too. You don't even realize how fast that's happening. But that first game is on the 25th already.
Of May?
Of May.
Oh boy.
So so there's 25th. I think we play the 25th, and then that weekend, I think Saturday and Sunday. So we got 3 games coming up in whatever that is the next 2 weeks.
No wonder you have practice.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. You look at the calendar and it's like, oh, man, we gotta get some guys together.
Yeah.
So that's it's kind of all happening at once right now.
All right. Well, that sounds fun. Coach, you got anything else for Coach here?
I'd just like to be able to get some games in.
Yeah,
so
we want to go over there
too.
too.
Games on 3 borders, and hopefully tomorrow will go off and we can get you guys on.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't look for any more makeup games here, but I think we've got like the 17th against Ortonville here, which is what, next Tuesday. So that's
and the Wheaton game was just rescheduled. I think that might be the 19th. I'm doing this off memory, but I think that's been rescheduled.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, take a look at that game, and yeah, like you said, Ortonville's on there, and there's, I think Freezy's coming up here. That might have been a rescheduled game. Okay. That's a doubleheader.
Okay, I'll check that too.
Yeah. So anyhow, yeah, they're going to kind of get bunched up, and who knows what tomorrow's weather will look like, but. And it's not good. No, hopefully it starts late enough that we can get them in, because they're already bunched up, and that would just even compound the problem. But yeah, anyhow, it's been a tough spring.
Yeah, it sure has. All right, Coach, we'll let you go here and get dried off. Appreciate you coming tonight, though.
Thank you very much.
And we'll talk to you later. Kevin Heidemann, head coach of the Cowboys baseball squad. We'll have Dan Frame coming in next to talk some Wahpeton Husky girls tennis right after this.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Then and down the road. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents.
Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefit package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry-level starting wage in the factory is $19.73 per hour. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Denise at 701-671-1338.
Three Rivers Crisis Center is offering support to survivors of domestic violence, sexual violence, and child abuse in Richland County for now over 25 years. It's free and strictly confidential. 24/7 access to support and resources including counseling. Get help. Identify abuse, plan for safety, support others, and get involved. Three Rivers Crisis Center's 24-hour crisis line is 701-642-2115.
All right, welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show here on Three Borders Sports Network, and we are powered by Red River Communications. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and appreciate you tuning in and watching us. And if you've got Red River Communications cable, we're also on cable channel 125. And Brian's producing the show tonight and doing a fine job of it.
Holding it down tonight.
You haven't swung and missed yet.
I know, exactly.
You're right on the ball.
Batting
man.
1,000 tonight.
You are batting 1,000. Speaking of that, I got to show off my Homer hanky here.
There you go.
Brought my Homer hanky here. It's autographed by none other than number 6, Tony O.
Really?
Tony Oliva autographed that one.
Really?
And it's also autographed by Johan Santana. And
57.
I'll bet you Framer's probably got the same autographed Homer hanky. He might have been around the school at that time when that happened. So
I don't have them autographed, but I have it.
you got it.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. So yeah, I just had to bring that in tonight, and I let my autographed Burt Blyleven baseball sit at home. So I know you wanted to take it, but
Yeah, I wanted to get my hands on
yeah,
that.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, we're joined now by assistant coach here of the Wahpeton girls tennis team, and that is Dan Freeman. Amanda Lundsetter and Andrew could not make it this evening due to personal reasons, so Dan was kind enough to step up here and go to bat for us. So thanks for coming in, Dan.
Yeah, you bet.
Appreciate you being here. And
bet.
your first time on the Coaches Show.
Yeah, years ago I've done a couple wrestling ones, but that was before you guys.
Sure, sure, yeah, I suppose. Well, we appreciate you coming in here and being a part of Three Borders Sports Network and just having some fun with us. And I asked you to fill in the blank earlier, so let's fill in the blank now. Dan, how long you been coaching for tennis?
For tennis, this is my 27th season.
27 years. You help the boys too then?
Nope, I've never done boys.
Just the girls.
When I first started teaching in Wahpeton in 94, 95, I coached wrestling and tennis that year.
Yeah.
And so spring of 95 is when I started wrestling or tennis. And then the next fall I started doing 7th grade football.
So you've been assistant wrestling coach for that long too then?
28 years, yep.
Wow.
Yep. Tennis was canceled one season, so that's why I'm one season behind.
Oh, I got you.
COVID year.
The COVID year, that's right.
We
didn't
lost
have
one
tennis.
season, so
Yep.
27 of tennis, 28 of wrestling, and I did 12 of 7th grade football.
That's true. Well, we thank you for stepping up here, Coach, and he's going to know more tennis than I am, B-Dub, so you're going to have to help me here. So
That's not going to take much.
No, it doesn't take much, especially when Amanda's here too. It's just like a deer in the headlights. But great thing here happened just recently for the Huskies girls tennis team here. They went up and took on Fargo South, and I saw a victory, Coach.
Oh, yeah.
So the girls did well, and I know you've got some scores and some teams there, doubles and singles that you want to talk about. So let's hear how the girls did.
Yeah, girls did great. They got a really nice 9-0 victory.
Very nice.
We shut them out. And
those are hard to come by.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for Wahpeton girls tennis.
It's tough to come by in the EDC to get a shutout like that. There's so many girls now that specialize in tennis, and a lot of our girls don't specialize in tennis. They'll play more than one sport.
Yeah.
And those girls that specialize, they go to Courts Plus, or they go to Choice up in Grand Forks, and they play year round, and they have a teaching pro, coaching them year round, and there's tournaments they can go to. So for us to get a 9-0 shutout is a pretty good deal for us.
And we'll get to the scores in a second, but that's something that Amanda has also touched on, Coach, is that in Wahpeton, Breckenridge area here, there's nowhere to practice inside.
Nope.
Really, you can go in the gym, but you don't have the right floor. You don't
the
have
floor's
the right
different.
nets,
The ball bounce is different, and like even the middle school gym is a little bit longer, and there's times where we can't run back far enough, like at a regular tennis court, to hit the ball. So
someday, hopefully that happens here. We'll get something to happen in Wahpeton where we can get some indoor tennis courts. All right, Coach, so go ahead through your Fargo South scores there, and let's tell the folks how the girls did.
Well, for varsity tennis, we start with doubles, and they play 3 doubles matches. And at number 1 doubles, we had Liz Cummings and Liv Dodge, and they won pretty handily. They won 6-0, 6-1.
That's pretty good.
And
That's a 1 seed versus a 1 seed.
That's 1 seed versus 1 seed, yep.
So good for them.
And then our number 2 doubles team takes on their number 2 doubles team, and our number 2 doubles team is Holly German and Kyrie Lecena. And they won the first set pretty easily, 6-3. Second set, they got into a little bit of trouble and ended up 1-6. But the nice thing is we play a third set tiebreaker, and we won that one 6-2.
Nice comeback.
Yep, so that was real nice. And then at number 3 singles, Lily Anderson and Brenna Erdman, who's a 7th grader, they got their first win this year, and they won 6-2, 6-4 against the Fargo South's number 3 team.
So out of those 3 sets there, you only had 1 set.
Yep.
1 set loss.
Yep, 1 set loss.
That's pretty good. So you start out 3-0.
Yep, and as soon as we're done with doubles, the girls get a short break, and then they usually go right out to singles. And we play 6 singles matches in tennis, and we usually start at the lower numbers and start putting those out first. So number 6 singles is Kyrie Lecena, ninth grader, and she won 6'4", 6'0".
Nice one.
At number 5, Carmen Burvey, she's a 10th grader, and she's a co-op girl,
Okay.
and she's coming up from Fairmont and practicing with us every day.
Awesome.
And she won 6'2", 6'3". Number 4 singles is Kyrie Lecena. She had a kind of a difficult win. She was down at a court where there was a tree there that was giving off some pollen, and she has some allergies. And she was struggling in that first set, and she ended up pulling it out 7-6, and it took a tiebreaker to get to that 7-6 score, and she won the tiebreaker 8-6. Got to win by 2 in the tiebreaker.
Yep.
And then in the second set, she played real tough again and won that one 6-4.
Good for her.
Up at number 3, Holly German, nice decisive win. She's a senior, 6'0", 6'2". At number 2, Liv Dodge, another senior. She had a nice decisive win, 6'2", 6'2". And our number 1, Liz Cummings. Liz is homeschooled, so she's kind of a co-op too. And she won the first set. That girl was kind of tough, and they struggled back and forth a little bit. And Liz won 7-5. And then in the second set, she took control and won 6-1 in the second set. So kind of broke that girl.
I'm just amazed here, folks. I can see the sheet here that coach has got, and in those singles matches, not one set was lost at all, was there?
Nope.
Everybody was 2-0.
Everybody was 2-0.
That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive. So
Yep.
I know the Cummings name is the boys played tennis too, I think, for Coach Lundsetter, and so those guys got tennis in their blood, and of course Liv Dodge, she's been playing tennis as long as her sister. I want to say Addie, but that's the young one. Mia's younger, and what's the older one's name that went to play tennis down at Northwestern? Ellie.
Ellie Dodge. Yep.
So Ellie and Liv.
And Ellie, they just won their conference tournament last week.
Did they?
Yep.
Good for them.
So I think they're going to nationals again for the second year.
Good for Ellie.
So that was nice for them.
Yep.
While those doubles were playing, Carmen Burvey also got a singles match because there's an open court, and South had an extra girl.
Okay.
And so Carmen played one set and ended up winning 6-2 in that.
Well, how about that?
So a lot of times they play a shorter set for JV.
Congratulations to Carmen. So good deal.
That was real nice.
So speaking of JV, how did the JV squad do up at Fargo South?
JV, they played really well also. I got 10 girls that I brought over to Carl Ben, a few blocks away.
Yep.
And they have 4 courts there, and those courts, they're a little bit smaller. The fences are a little bit closer. There's times where the girls would run back and actually run into the fence trying to get to a ball. Plus, it's kind of a funny thing. They have a five little lane track going around the outside, and they had some track practice. Some youth kids came out and they were running some relays and doing hurdles, and they had bleachers outside. So like I was sitting there watching the girls play tennis, and these kids were running inside.
Wow,
it was
bizarre,
kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but we played a whole bunch of matches up there. They just play one set apiece, and then we kind of rotate them through so they get to play different girls and different abilities and things like that. And we play doubles and singles and try to get them all. They all played 2 or 3 matches yesterday, so we just try to get them out there playing as much as we can.
Okay.
And we got a bunch of wins yesterday. Julia Seibold and Gina Kwame got a nice 6-5 win. That was a nice tough one right off the bat. They played their toughest JV girls.
All right.
And then Carolyn Dahlman and Amelia Rosso, they got a 6-5 win. Julia Seibold also played with Maria Zuziak, and they got a 6-1 win in doubles. And then we had another match, Hannah Modrow and Maria Zuziak. They got a 6-1 win.
Okay.
And what we do is you hear some of those names more than once, and every time they come off, we switch it up so they play with a different partner. So they get used to playing with a ton of different people.
And that's good.
So that gets them ready for high school, because you don't know who's going to stay in tennis and who might move away and move in, and so you don't just pick your partner in middle school or high school and that's your partner the whole time through. So we kind of changed up. And in singles, we had some wins too. Hannah Modrow got a win in singles, 6-2. Gina Kwame got a win in singles, 6-2. and Julia Seibold got a 6-1 win in singles. So got a lot of nice wins.
That is, and I believe that's your first EDC win, correct, on the season?
Yep.
So
you
that's a pretty good deal. So congratulations to the Lady Huskies tennis team and to Coach Lundstetter and to Coach Frame, of course.
Yeah,
you got something else there you want to mention there?
Well, I was just going to say
the schedule. Go ahead.
We're making huge progress.
Okay.
Our JV girls, these 10 girls that I have, there's 2 of them that are sophomores that have been playing in our system for quite a few years, so they're pretty experienced. But we have six girls that are 7th and 8th graders.
Okay.
And one of them, Brenna Erdman, she's playing up on the varsity. But the other 5, none of them had really even played a match before coming out this year.
Okay.
And so they were pretty green.
That's good.
And then we have 3 girls that are foreign exchange students out.
Oh, wow.
And so we have 2 of the German foreign exchange students, Hannah Wilkie and Carolyn Dahlman.
Okay.
And so those 2 are from Germany. And then Maria Zuziak, she's from Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
And those 3 had never picked up a racket.
Wow.
And they're all juniors. So we got these 10 girls. 8 of them are pretty much just brand new first-year players and pretty green.
Yep.
And our first few meets, we never got a win. I mean, we were winning a couple games here and there, but it was like 1-6, 2-6, things like that. And for this one here, we were basically 8-8 today, in yesterday's match. So we had 8 wins and 8 losses. So we're definitely making some good progress.
That's pretty good. So congratulations on that, and congratulations on the numbers that you've got there. So that's pretty good too. And then 3 foreign exchange students. So that's pretty good. All right, tomorrow, Coach, you go to Central, or is he here?
Tomorrow, Central comes here.
Here.
4 o'clock. It's going to be parents' night.
Weather permitting.
Weather permitting. They already kind of have a plan. If it is bad weather and they have to postpone it, they're going to move it to next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. We have to play it early enough here because it's like the seniors have their awards night that night. And we have seniors on the team, so we have to be done for that. So
you've already got a tentative.
So we've kind of got a tentative thing set.
All right. So it's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. If it gets rained out, it's going to be next Tuesday at 2.
Looks like, yep. That's what it looks like.
And then what else you got going? I think it's Friday. You said you got something?
On Friday and Saturday, we have meets both days. On Saturday, there's a big invitational. West Fargo Cheyenne hosts an invitational. There's 9 brackets, so they take all the number 1s from the East and the West, and they put them into a bracket, all the number 2s and put them into a bracket for singles. So they have 6 singles brackets like that, and then they have 3 doubles brackets. So there's 9 brackets. They use 8 sets of courts all over Fargo.
Wow.
And they have buses that when you get there, your kids just jump on a bus and they take them to the courts. And then as coaches, we have to drive around and kind of catch matches here and there. But since all the West schools are coming, they come a day early, so they'll be driving. They're driving tomorrow to get here. And then on Friday, we do kind of an East-West crossover. So we'll play two teams from the West on Friday.
And do you know who those 2 are yet?
As of right now, it's Bismarck, Legacy, and Dickinson.
Okay.
But depending on weather, we have to play everybody in our conference. And I know if they've talked about if 2 West teams can't play tomorrow, they might play on Friday.
Okay.
Here in Fargo.
So they might shuffle.
And so they might shuffle it up again. So then we might play somebody different. But,
all right.
But as of right now, it's going to be Bismarck Legacy at 12:30, and then we'd play Dickinson at 3 o'clock.
Gotcha.
And we're going to play at Elephant Park on the north end of town. It's kind of up by the Veterans Hospital.
Oh yeah, sure. Yep.
We're up there up on 19th Avenue.
I've heard Coach Lundstetter talk about that one,
Yep.
Elephant Park, before. So. All right, Coach, you got any tennis questions you want to ask Coach Frame?
No, we're going to do a tennis match at some point.
We will.
We're going to get it done.
We'll get it done.
So just keep your patience a little bit, and I think we're going to try and get it done.
Yeah.
So that's one of our goals, is to get a tennis match in. So,
That would be fun.
yeah.
We're going to do that. We'll figure it out. So we'll get that one done.
They're
That's
certainly
the goal.
making progress, so it's good to see.
Yep. Good to see
You bet.
All right, Coach, you got anything else?
Nope, I think that's it. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for
Appreciate
coming in and,
very much. Supporting all the Wahpeton and Breckenridge sports.
Thank you.
It's really nice.
Thank you. We appreciate it, and we appreciate you watching. I know you watch quite often too yourself, so we appreciate your
Yep, and I like watching the basketball games and all the sports you guys do. I watch some baseball games, and
Thank you.
It's good.
Thank you, sir.
Like it all.
All right, Dan Frame, assistant coach for the Wahpeton girls tennis team, and I think we got Larry Lash out there. We've got I seen Jake Dodge walk in, and I believe Eric Erlinson is there too as well. So we got 3 more coaches to go here, folks. We'll take a break and we'll come right back here with the Coaches Show right after this.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
The Wahpeton Daily News wishes all area sports teams the best of luck this year. The Wahpeton Daily News thanks you for supporting local journalism, including the Daily News and the News Monitor. Keep up with local news, sports stories, and personal interest stories in our papers. Check out www.wahpetondailynews.com for more information about our e-newsletter right at your own computer. The Daily News supports all area sports teams and wishes all of the teams the best of luck this season.
Red River Human Services Foundation provides services to people with disabilities, which enhances their quality of lives and enable them to live, work, and develop relationships in their communities. Red River Human Services Foundation has multiple direct support professional positions available in their Wahpeton, Fargo, and West Fargo locations. Job opportunities include flexible scheduling, competitive wages, on-site paid training, and life experience. Voted #1 place to work for the past 5 years, join their team and apply online at www.rrhsf.org. Red River Human Services Foundation supports all local area sports activities and wishes everyone the best of luck.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Three Borders Sports Network Giants Coaches Show, powered by Red River Communications. I'm Joe Schreiner, Brian Watson here, running everything tonight, pushing the buttons, and doing a fine job of it tonight, my friend.
I'm getting by.
You're doing all right.
Getting by.
And right now we're joined by the Cowboys track coach. That's Eric Erlinson stepping back in. Usually we see him as a wrestling coach, and tonight we're seeing him as the head boys track coach.
Yep.
Eric, thanks for joining us tonight.
First year.
First year. At least it was raining tonight.
Well, it rained a little bit, but now it's not
snow
anymore.
or wind when you come in usually in the
that's
winter.
right. That's right.
But your first year head coach.
First year.
So how about that? So good for you, and congratulations on the position. And first year coaching, you struggled the same as everybody else did with the spring weather that we had, and we don't need to get into all that, but I'm sure a lot of indoor practices to start with. And
well, being new at it, it's kind of made it a little more difficult. It's like you get a plan, and it's like, okay, well, that plan's changed. And it's a little bit easier when you're more experienced to make adjustments. So
sure, yeah.
it made it a little more challenging as a first year coach.
Yeah.
So I always start thinking about what would we do in wrestling, and that's not always a good thing to start.
That's not a
I think the kids are like, no, we don't want to do wrestling.
Yeah, we're not going to get on that.
No.
All right, Coach. Let's talk about numbers first here. As far as the boys' team, you're a little bit low on numbers.
We are. We have low numbers, but the kids I have are just. I'm really enjoying them. And
Good.
I just really, and that's boys and girls, because we kind of put them all together. It's just we got. The girls have more numbers than we do, but all the kids are just really enjoying them and their attitude, and they're just working hard.
Michael McCall, head coach of the girls, was here with us a couple of weeks ago. He was able to attend, and he couldn't attend tonight, but I'm glad we were able to get you. Coach, why don't you, we talked about it off air, why don't you go ahead and go through your list of guys there that you do have, and just give everybody a little credit there for showing up and who they are and what year they are in school.
We've got 7 through 12. We got a long distance boy here, Troy Burnt. I really enjoy watching him run. I have a feeling if he continues to improve, he's going to be someone to watch in the future, because he's right now. At first, when you got a 7th grader like that, you're like, well, should we run junior high or varsity? But now it's like he starts placing in the varsity. It's pretty hard to say, well, you got to go back to the junior high. But he still does. He does like some of the shorter stuff and with the junior high, and runs relays with his friends and stuff. But he's been really delighted. We got Ethan Jant as a 7th grader. Rylan Davis came out this year as a 7th grader. 8th graders, we have David Erlinson, Grayson Matichek, and Henry Sledadal. And our 9th graders, we have 2 9th graders. Eli Butts came out this year as a thrower, and Jacob Konzemius. And we have 3 sophomores, got Bailey Evans and Jacob Kunkel and Ethan Loretson. And we've got 3 seniors that I really, really enjoy. James Murtis, Aiden Ruddy, and Wesley Johannesson. So I really enjoy those guys.
Jacob Kunkel's only a sophomore?
He's only a sophomore. So,
and I've seen some stuff on him. He's got some hops.
Yep, we can talk about him.
Yeah,
we can talk about that a little bit. You talked about the highlights.
I didn't realize he was just a sophomore, but now when I think back to basketball season, that's right, he was.
And more than this, all these guys are I just really enjoy working with them. It's just a blast to work with these guys. They're just great kids.
And of course, a couple of them I recognize as wrestlers for you, so you had familiarity there too as well. So, all right. So your last meet you had was just over in Pelican Rapids. Correct?
We had the True Team, and the True Team. Most people are not aware. I mean, it's a really unique thing. It's put on by the Minnesota Coaches Association. It's not through the Minnesota High School League, and so it's the Coaches Association put it on, and everybody scores points.
Oh.
And so if there's 27 kids in a event, if you're first, you get 27 points.
Oh, okay.
If you're second, you get 26 points, and so on down.
Everybody scores.
And so the last person gets 1 point.
Right.
So it really puts a lot of weight on being even throughout the whole thing, because sometimes in the other ways you have a couple of really high scorers, they can get you a lot of points.
Yep.
But in this, you have to be really, really even, and I like that every point scores. And we had I just got to talk about our great kids and,
Absolutely.
and what they're willing to do is for each other. We have Wesley Johansson, and he, with our limited numbers and with the limited number of events, we've had to be pretty creative in getting our kids in the right. Basically, we're using our meets as some of our conditioning and getting ready for the end of the year.
Yeah.
And so we're short guys to have Aiden Ruddy and a couple of other guys run an 800 early in the match or meet. And he needed an 800 to get in shape, and we only had 3 guys for a relay. So we go to Wesley and went, Wesley, can you run an 800 for us? So basically the other guys can get this 800 in. And he said, yep, he'll do it. And I think he got done. I don't know if he would say it again after he finished, but he's willing to go do that for the other guys. And he's normally a thrower, and that's the kind of kids that I'm working with. So the same thing happened in the True Team here. We had a girl Victoria from Germany, never ran the 300 hurdles before, and she's out there, just tries it a couple times, said, yeah, I'll do it for the team, and she went out and did it and finished on me. So that's the kind of things that they're doing for each other.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
very cool.
But the True Team is everybody scores, and it's pretty neat. But with short numbers, obviously, it was going to be pretty tough.
Short numbered.
Yeah, pretty tough for us to score. But we've been focusing on just doing the best you can and working on individual goals too. So.
All right. So some of the highlights that you've got there from that event.
This year, and I'm going to kind of talk about the whole year. Our highlights have been from mostly from our seniors. James and Aiden.
Yeah.
And Aiden's got some pretty big goals. He's working his.
Sure he does.
He's working his way. His goal is to get a record, and he's working his way back down there. But he's got a little work to do yet. But he's definitely making gains. I think at the last meet here, he ran the 400, and then a couple of events later, he ran the 800, and he ran his best time. So. He's working his way down. I think he ran like a 5:08, and I think last year he ran a 5:04 at the end, his best. So we're hoping to get him getting there on there. Yep. And it's been a tough year to get there.
Yep.
James has been placing in the top 2 or 3 at all the meets. James Murtis.
Yep.
In the 100 and 200. So
he's a sprinter.
Yeah, he's a sprinter for us, and he's really been a leader for us too. But as far as our big place. We've got Bailey Evans has been doing the long jump or high jump, and he got a PR of 5.8. So, but then Jonah is really the one that I've had other coaches even talk to me like, wow, where did he come from? And like you said, he's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
So right now he's jumped to 6'4".
It's crazy.
And he just it's just fun to watch, and he listens, and he's a great kid too. So I think if I remember right, Casey Lipp has a record at 6'8" in Breck.
Okay.
So I think in the back of Jacob's mind, he's
thinking
that maybe
there.
by the time I'm a senior we can do that. But I'm just going to give credit to some of my coaches while I'm talking about those two.
Yep.
When I took this over, I thought about it, it's like, well, they've got the hurdles, you got the pole vault, you got the long jump, you got the high jump.
But you excelled.
All of everything I excel in. And I'm like, but my experience in that all is watching my daughter and my sons and my daughters do it. So I started looking at the coaches and who would be able to help me. And so I just a shout out to those guys that.
Yeah, go ahead.
First, I'll have to shout out to Coach Lash, because before I even did, I was like, can you help me with this all? And he's been, anytime I've asked him for any help, he's been awesome and it's just helping me out. And our junior high coach, Darcy Cribb, helping with the throwers, and the junior high kids taking care of them.
Yep.
Mr. Grippentrog, Al Grippentrog, again with the throwers. And I was talking about the high jumpers, Nikki Arnold. I reached out to her. She took those 2 boys up to some camps up at NDSU for high jumping camp, and she's been working with high jumpers. So it's, getting a lot of help there.
Good.
Coach McCall, is working with the distance boys. And then Alicia Finkerl is doing the relays, helping with the relays, handouts.
She does everything.
Jumps.
Alicia's always around there.
Yeah, she is. She's amazing. She's really appreciate her. And she's helping me with the sprinters too. So, and I just put down, I'm still learning. So that's what I'm learning from them every day. So I really appreciate those coaches that are helping out. So
I'm glad we got to mention them. Good call.
So as far as other seniors, I talked about Wesley. And who else do I have to make sure? I guess our seniors are Wesley and Aiden and James. So, and like I said, Wesley has been doing everything you could ever ask him again. So, yep.
Yeah, it's pretty good when a thrower will step up and run 800 meters.
Again, he didn't do it for himself. And he just said, I'll do it because I know these guys need to run that event, and I'll do it for them. And he went out. I remember he took off, and I think he was trying to keep up with the other 800 runners. And I sent Aiden across. Go tell him to slow down, because he made the first 400 really, really well. But I think the second 400 was a little harder for Wesley. But it was, it's unless you've run it a few times, you don't know exactly how to pace yourself. But pretty neat.
So what's coming up for the Cowboys track?
Well, tomorrow we have our meet, and it's going to be over in Wapton. Hopefully, you look at the weather, and we hope to get in. After that, we have one set for the 17th. I think that's Tuesday next week is the 17th, I believe. And after that, then we're into subsections and sections already.
Wow.
Now, we're looking for some more things between there, because it's kind of a big, with as few meets that we had and then a big gap there, we'd like to fill something in. So
Are you in Wapton on the 16th? I think the 16th is.
We might be there, depending on what happens tomorrow, and we'll talk to I'll talk to Coach McCall, and I know he'd love to have us, and we might just go into that one and just as a treat it like a conditioning meet, type of thing. We're looking, number one, we have to look at what we can do to get better for our individuals like Jacob and for Aiden and James and all those guys that we want to help them at the top form at the end.
Yep.
So that's what we'll have to look at, and if going to that will be that. So we haven't decided on that one yet.
Okay.
It could definitely be a possibility on the 16th. So we'd have the 16th and 17th, and then we wouldn't have something until the 25th, I think. Or
Wow,
something like
subsections and sections coming up soon.
Yep.
So that's pretty crazy. Anything else you got there, Coach? You want to?
No, I just have to tell you, I'm really enjoying the kids. They're starting to get, coming from a different sport and into this and trying to learn the nuances of the sport.
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, I'm a pretty competitive person. I don't, I always tell them it's like, if you do your absolute best and you do a certain time, or I'm fine with that. But if you're not giving your absolute best, then that's when I get a little, like, hey, let's get our minds wrapped around here a little bit and get focused. And so I think we're all getting used to it, but we are starting to get there. And I am a big one on senior leadership and passing it down. And and that's where you mentioned that Aiden,
three guys
Aiden is there, and James, and I have Aiden in wrestling, so he knows what I'm talking about. And the other guys are starting to see it, and the other gals are starting to see it too. So
you got that there with those three guys.
Yep.
So, yep. Awesome stuff. All right, Coach, you got anything else for Coach before I let?
No, he's right. It takes a village, and it's nice when you have assistant coaches that can get you going, especially when you're doing something that's new. So good team over there.
It is.
Yep.
It is a good
Awesome.
team. I'm really enjoying them. So.
All right, head coach of the Cowboys track team. Again, you got a possible track meet here in town tomorrow, and if you get a chance and the weather doesn't shut it off, why we'll see you over there.
Very good.
All right, head coach Eric Erlinson of the Cowboys track team, and we got Larry Lash and Jacob Dodge sitting out there. I don't know who's going to arm wrestle first to get in here, but
we'll see.
We'll see who comes in first. So we'll be right back with one of those two coaches coming up after this.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Then and down the road. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefit package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry-level starting wage in the factory is $19.73 per hour. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Denise at 671-1338.
Do you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connect.
Red River Human Services Foundation provides services to people with disabilities, which enhances their quality of lives and enable them to live, work, and develop relationships in their communities. Red River Human Services Foundation has multiple direct support professional positions available in their Wahpeton, Fargo, and West Fargo locations. Job opportunities include flexible scheduling, competitive wages, on-site paid training, and life experience. Voted #1 place to work for the past 5 years. Join their team and apply online at www.rrhsf.org. Red River Human Services Foundation supports all local area sports activities and wishes everyone the best of luck.
All right, we're back here at the Coaches Show, the Giants Coaches Show here at Three Borders Sports Network, and we're powered by Red River Communications. And if you got Red River Communications, we're on channel 125. And Chad Affield's still texting, he's still watching. So thanks, Chad, and another shout out to you, buddy. I'd be remiss if I didn't go through our list of sponsors. I'll do that very quickly, but we want to make sure that we thank them. And if you step into their business or you know somebody that works there, tell them thank you too as well, because without them, none of our sports broadcasting or anything like that would be available to anybody. So I want to thank Vaterstad, formerly Wilrich, out there in the west side of Wahpeton. They're our pregame show sponsor for all of our events this spring. Our starting lineup sponsors is always brought to you by Thrivent and Will Ulick. Our scoreboard sponsors during the games are Farmers Union Insurance and Kyle DeVries. Call to the Pen sponsor, something new for our baseball season this year.
That one.
Yeah, Call to the Pen when we get a substitute pitcher coming in. OSPTI is your sponsor for that. Our post-game sponsor is Mindak Farmers Cooperative, and they're offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus right now for full-time employment. Mound visits. Whenever there's a mound visit, that's Carlson Family Insurance, Eric and the crew on 2nd Avenue in downtown Wahpeton. And then general sponsors we have, Wahpeton Daily News, Red River Human Services, the City of Wahpeton. Chris, ever get you that commercial?
I won't say.
Chris, get us a commercial, will you?
I've got it. I've got it.
All right, so City of Wahpeton is a sponsor, and Three Rivers Crisis Center. And of course, how can we forget Tyler and Wayne, Grippentrog, and Gripper Sports. We can't forget Gripper.
That's right. The OGs.
Yeah, the OGs.
We need to get that drain tile place a sponsorship and start putting some drain tile in our fields.
Might need to do that. Good call. All right, joining us now here is boys and girls head coach of the Huskies track teams, and that is Larry Lash. Larry's been out visiting here out in the hallway here as we're running a little bit behind, but Larry, thanks for hanging on and thanks for coming in tonight. You've had, since the weather got nice, you've been able to do some things where, like baseball, and it's tougher for them because the field's got to dry out. But as soon as that rain quits and the sun comes out, you can get out there and go.
You know, we had a track meet here in Wahpeton a couple weeks ago, and unfortunately we couldn't have a couple of events, javelin and discus. It was too wet to have any good footing, and our discus ring was literally an island. There was water all around it. So, but we're doing the best we can. Like I was just telling Coach Dodge and Coach Freeman out in the hallway that we went, I think it was 28 full days without a competition. And you hope when you come back, your kids are still sharp, they're still focused on, you know, what their goals were at the start of the season. And I'm happy to report that we got a nice day last Friday in West Fargo. And then we went to Jamestown yesterday, and it was 65 to 70 sun. It was just phenomenal.
I heard there was a Watson sighting in Jamestown.
Yeah, Watson got in the vehicle and made the trek west.
I was at both of those meets. I was at West Fargo.
Did you go? Yeah, that's right.
At Jamestown.
Did you ride the bike either one of them?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
Jamestown, well, I mean, I could, but, you know, it wasn't great when I left here, but turned out to be, it was really nice in Jamestown
really
and West
nice.
Fargo too as well.
You know, we have a nice delegation though of Watson's basketball players on the track team. So
Yes, you do.
You know, I
Yes.
think the kids appreciate that when one coach can come and appreciate the kids in the other sport.
Absolutely.
And,
It
you
means
know,
a lot.
scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
I got a little grief yesterday though. I watched one triple jumper, okay, which I have an interest in, okay, and then there was another triple jumper who played basketball, and I had something else on my mind that I had to do because, you know, my triple jumper was going to do another event. Well, I got a little grief for not staying and
Not watching the other triple
watching
jumper.
because
You know,
she did pretty well.
You know, that other kid, Emma Bonchis, she missed qualifying for state in a triple jump by 6 inches.
She told me.
And maybe if a gnarly basketball coach
That's
would've
exactly what she said to me.
or something, I
That's
would have
exactly
done it.
what she said. She goes, well, if you would have been there, then maybe I would have had that extra 3 inches. Like I'm going to yell at her. But hey, you never know.
You never know. That's
But no,
all
she's
we
been
can-
a nice surprise this year. She came out last year, and then things just didn't work out. She got a little banged up, and this year she came back. She wasn't sure she wanted to join, and she picked up a javelin and has taken to that. She missed qualifying in that
saw
by
that.
3 feet,
I
and was
saw
only
that.
her second meet throwing it. Coach Brewer just got her going on a full approach, so it's still a little, you know, shaky,
Mm-hmm.
but 3 feet away. And then her triple jump, she had 6 jumps last night, and every jump was progressively getting better and better.
Wow.
And I'm sure she wished she had a 7th and an 8th jump because she got within the 4 inches. So that was
pretty
exciting.
cool. That's very cool. So congratulations to Emma on that one. All right, so Coach, I've been seeing and hearing on Facebook and in the paper just school records tumbling here, which is great for Husky track. So let's go. If you got to go back to West Fargo, let's talk about West Fargo and let's talk about it.
There's a
been
lot of good
crazy.
things to talk about, but really the spotlight has been. I mean, school records don't fall often.
No.
And we had 3 fall in the last 2 weeks, and 2 of them by Scout Woods, freshman. Phenomenal thrower.
Yep.
And she broke a record on Friday at West Fargo. Actually, she tied a record from 1984.
Yeah.
It was Kathy
Matichek.
Kathy Matichek, yep, in the shot put, and Scout put the shot 40 feet 10 inches. And I believe her best coming into that was 30. She threw a 39 here previously.
Wow.
So she was getting close, and then she nailed one. So that was exciting.
Yep.
And then on yesterday, her discus throw, she placed 3rd in that last year at state. So I know she had it in her, but that's an event that we haven't got a lot of work on because of the weather.
Yeah.
It's just been either too windy or too wet, or just can't do it. And you can't do a discus indoors. So she gets to Jamestown, and just a great day. Very little wind, so there's nothing to worry about trying to hit this side of the sector, you know, just go do your thing. And she got one out there, 125 feet, 6 inches, which was 2 feet better than, again, Kathy Matichek's 1984 effort. So,
wow.
Super excited. You know, then you always have to be one up, so Ethan steps in the ring later on that day.
Yep.
And Ethan Manick, he threw his discus 165.8, and that broke a 1992 record by Doug Veely.
And how far did he throw it? I see you got his measurement there, too.
Yeah, 165 feet, 80. Doug threw 160, so Ethan beat that by 5 feet.
About 5 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, then Ethan at Jamestown yesterday, he then picks up the javelin, and he throws that 178 feet, 9 inches, which is his best throw in that. And then previous to those 2, he long jumped 21 feet, which was his best long jump
I saw
effort.
that on his mom's Facebook page.
Yeah, so the 2 throws, the discus and the javelin right now are ranked number 2 in the state.
Wow.
And his long jump is a top 6, and Scout's throw in both the shot put and discus are both sitting 3rd in the state right now.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
Kudos to those 2 kids.
Absolutely.
Just doing phenomenal.
Great stuff.
Just every meet, if Ethan's not doing well in the long jump, he's been high jumping well.
Yep.
And Scout's been super consistent in that shot put, and now the jab where the discus came along for her.
Yep. That's good stuff, and it's fun to see all that excitement, you know, for Husky track. You
It
know,
is.
with the girls and the boys, and you talked about Emma, and you know, I got a bunch of other names here too. You know, you got let's see here. You got and then one of the notes there that I made, the throwers relay, the throwers, and that's something fun for them too.
You know, it is. I was at West Fargo too,
Yeah.
so I was just kind of icing on the cake to kind of celebrate, a good day. And those kids have been, even the kids who aren't like in the caliber where the Ethans and Scouts are. I got my PR list here, and it's just we had 40 kids at West Fargo set some kind of personal best effort in their events, and some of them were 2 or 3 events, and I thought that was like, wow, that doesn't happen very often. And we had 43 personal bests at Jamestown.
Wow.
So that's really cool. Also at West Fargo, Bo Arnstein qualified for state in the long jump.
Okay, good.
So we got both him and Ethan going in that event.
Yeah.
And Trayton Malk missed qualifying by 2 inches.
That's another name I had there.
So he's right there in that event. And he's a really good hurdler too. He's only raced it once this year, our first outdoor meet. He's going to try it tomorrow again.
110?
The 300s.
300s?
Yep, the 300s. We're looking forward to that.
Okay.
And my 2 pole vaulters.
Yes, we got to talk about them.
Andrew Watuski and Quinn Bassingwaite at West Fargo. They both reached the qualifying height.
Yep.
And Quinn did it early. Girls vaulted first that meet, and she got hers qualified. And she had some nice looking vaults. And it was really cool for what Andrew accomplished, because by the time the boys were vaulting, the rest of the track meet was completed. So like all of our kids went over to the pole vault to watch Andrew.
Oh, sure.
And there was a kid from West Fargo Cheyenne and another kid from, I think, West Fargo High. So his teammates were over there too. And it was almost like, it was like a golf match. When the kids got on the runway after pole, everybody got quiet. Even like the phones were muted. So it's almost like, I would have thought nerve-wracking, because usually there's stuff going on, there's starting pistols being shot off and people cheering. But no, Andrew cleared that 13 or 12.6. He cleared 12.6 to qualify. And
good for him.
He jumped up and down, and it was a good, and everybody, big applause for him. So it was exciting. It was fun.
Good deal. You mentioned a lot of the names that I had written down here too, Coach. I know another name here, a senior that's on your squad there, Jacob DeVries, had a nice job in the discus too as well.
Discus and javelin. In fact, he just missed qualifying that javelin at West Fargo.
Yeah.
And same with Krista Habiger, another senior.
That's another name.
Yep, and she was really close in West Fargo. And then they threw at Jamestown as well, and it wasn't bad throws, but they're just kind of like, okay, my teammates are qualifying. And I told them today, I said, hey, you guys are right there. Don't dwell on like the Jamestown meet. Think about what's going well at West Fargo, and we got a meet coming up tomorrow, and I'll take a few kids to a meet on Saturday that are close, and we have a meet on Monday, and then we got EDC next week.
Your Monday meet is actually here, right?
Yep, that's here as well.
And we're going to have that one on 3BSN, I think.
That's the one that we're going to do. So another track meet for us. So we had a lot of fun last year, and it's going to be a good meet for us this year.
Good. Yep. There's a few local teams coming to that one, so it should be a nice small meet. It should run smooth and be about a 3.5 hour event, I'm thinking.
Yeah, and then so tomorrow is the Anderson Schuler meet, you said?
Correct, yep. It's hosted by Breckenridge.
Yep.
But they're going to use our track just because of the wet conditions over there. They haven't got some of their pole vault pits set up and stuff. And I said, hey, our stuff is already up and ready to go. Just come use it. We already had a track meet here, and they said, yeah, sounds good.
Yep. Anybody else there, Coach, did you want to get? I know you got a ton of names you can go through.
Yeah, Luke Baumgartner broke 5 minutes in his mile here at West Fargo, so that was exciting. He's doing well in the distance events.
Yep.
Yesterday, Allie Hare just ran a phenomenal leg after running a mile and an 800, and then she ran this great leg in the 4x4 relay. Her and Kylie Blado.
The high jump part.
Hallie Miller.
Hallie Miller, yeah.
Yep, Annika Burkle. They ran a really good 4x4 yesterday. They got within about 6 seconds of qualifying by time in that, which is a huge time drop from the start of the season. So no, things are just, we're just rolling along right now, and if this rain would just stop, just let up. I just don't want to see any more track meets canceled or postponed, because we're really moving in the right direction.
That's pretty good. I mean, it's been fun to watch Facebook with all the comments and all the things going on for everybody, and seeing it in the paper and just everything else too. So I'm looking forward to Monday. So hopefully we can get that one in too.
Last year we had one meet postponed, and we started early outdoors because it was such a nice spring last year. But we didn't get some events qualified until EDC.
Sure.
So we lost a ton of races this year, but I think now where we're at right now is really close to where we were last year. So the kids really responded well to the adversity of the rain and the snow and the cold and the wind, and
That's
got to
pretty good
keep
stuff.
some kids healthy, and we're in good shape.
All right, we'll do that. All right, Coach, you got anything else for Coach before we turn him loose?
No, I've taken in a lot of track this year, and it looks good just to see the progression. And like you say, you had all that time off, and then you don't get to really work or compete, and then you can kind of go to the wayside. But you can see that with all the PRs that are happening, that there's a lot of work that's being done, and kids are improving each meet and each day. So it's a good track season for you so far.
It is, and the kids too. They've really learned to help each other out at these, and push each other. Like I got 5 long jumpers close to 20 feet, and they help each other out, but at the same time they want to beat each other.
Right.
Right. So there's that competition there.
It's really fun.
Absolutely. All right, good things happening here for the boys and girls Huskies track teams, and we appreciate you coming in, Coach, and spending some time with us. And this might be our last one of the spring. We'll see what happens here, but we'll wish you luck for the rest of the season for sure.
All right, thank you.
All right, Larry Lash, head coach of the girls and boys track team. And speaking of good things happening, BW Storm softball coach Jacob Dodge coming up next.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Then and down the road. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefit package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry-level starting wage in the factory is $19.73 per hour. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Denise at 701-671-1338.
Did you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
All right, we're back here with the Giants Coaches Show on Three Borders Sports Network. We're powered by Red River Communications, and if you have Red River Communications cable, it's channel 125. Right now we're on that as well, and we got a couple of ball games coming up tomorrow. We got actually the BW softball team, the Storm, are going to be on. I think you're going to have them on 125, right?
I believe so. We were going to flip a coin for that, I think.
Yeah, so we're still undecided, but
yeah, we'll see.
They'll both be on our YouTube channel. We got the Huskies boys baseball team supposed to be taking on North tomorrow as well. Both games are double headers. B-Dub will be over in Breckenridge with Austin Emdick and doing that game on tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock, I believe.
Yep.
And 5 o'clock is the start time for the first game as the Huskies take on the North Spartans at John Randall Field, weather permitting.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that's the caveat there.
Yeah.
The weather holds out.
Yeah, the weather holds out. And tomorrow doesn't sound very good, but we'll say we're going to plan on it and go from there. All right, we're now joined by head coach of the BW Storm softball team, and that is Jake Dodge. Jake, thanks for coming in, Coach, and appreciate you coming in tonight.
Yeah.
We got delayed a little bit here tonight, but thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, you bet.
And appreciate you coming back in your second time. Well, as I said in the outro there with Larry Lash, some more good things to talk about here. The girls kind of they swept two from Pelican Rapids. They played a tough DGF team. We'll go back to that and talk about that in a second. But I've got 4-3. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah,
yep.
So 4-3 overall so far. So the girls having so far a good season here on the plus side of the victory column. Let's go back to the DGF game then, Coach. And DGF was ranked here to start the season with, I believe. And when you took them on here, you lost the first one 5-3 and lost the second one 6-3. But a good game. You're up at one point in game one, and talk about that one a little bit.
Yeah, so we led, most of the game, kind of went back and forth, and we were up 3-2 in the top of the seventh there.
Oh.
And Mia had 11 strikeouts, and she really was able to hit her spots with a couple pitches and just kept them on their toes.
Yeah.
Defensively, we played really, really good. What got us was we just had a couple minor mistakes that allowed them to get back to the top of their order in the top of the seventh inning.
Oh.
And they saw Mia for the fourth time, and a couple of their good hitters at the top strung some hits together.
They figured it out.
Yep.
But she did well. 11 strikeouts, pretty darn good.
Yeah, it was a good game, and the girls were in it. The intensity was good, and they just really figured out how to play a complete 7 innings against a good team. So.
Okay. And then, so that was a good learning experience just for the team, and it helped you learn something about your team as well, too, as a head coach.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, you figure out in those situations, what girls are going to step up and, keep that intensity and put the ball in play and come through in those tough situations. So it was nice to have that opportunity.
Yep. All right, so then game 2 came along, and did Mia pitch the second game, or did you bring in Abby in this?
Yeah, Abby came in, and I'd call her almost a spin pitcher. Mia's more the power, and Abby's speed, and just her windup, and we've said this before, just either throws a team off or they hit her. There's not really an in-between, and DGF really struggled. And we had some great defensive plays, and we were right in that game the whole time too, but we just couldn't string enough hits together. They had the same pitcher both games, and she's consistent, and she's been around for a couple years, and she did a nice job keeping us on our toes.
And similar to Coach Heidemann's baseball squad there, Coach, you're playing a lot of AA teams. I think the Wheaton game has been postponed.
Yeah, that's been postponed.
Rescheduled.
No, it's been postponed.
Okay, so you play a lot of AA schools, and DGF being one of them. So you haven't had a lot of chances to play anybody in the section yet. I believe you are 3-3 in the section, but you've taken on Rosse, and let's see, where else were you?
I think we're in the 2A actually.
Oh,
we are, because of our co-op. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we have Holly and DGF and Frazee and Perham and all that.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. No, yep.
That was dumb on my part.
No. So yeah, we'll see those guys again at some point. Once we get through conference play, but. Yeah, it's going well so far.
So you'll see him again.
Yep.
All right, so then we speed ahead here to May 10th, which was Tuesday, yesterday, and doubleheader at Pelican Rapids, and won the first one 12-0, and Mia Dodge had another good game.
She did. She pitched really well. I think the DGF game really gave her just that confidence, just a little different look in her eye when she's on the mound now, and she's hitting her spots. And I think she had, of the 21 outs that game, she had 13 of the outs, either Ks or comebackers to her. So they just weren't able to, hit against her. She had a no-hitter going into the 5th.
Oh.
And then we had one ball drop, debatable if it could have been caught or not, but it didn't matter. She pitched a great game. The girls were did really well at the plate.
So she ended up with a one-hitter.
Yeah,
was
one-hitter.
good.
And then,
like you said, offensively, scoring 12 runs, you guys did pretty good.
We did. Yeah, their pitchers struggled to stay in the zone, but our girls did a good job, not swinging at bad pitches and taking advantage of some opportunities when they did get their pitch.
And I heard something about Abby Brunson had a good game at the plate as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Abby, last 3 games, she's come on strong again. She hit that big bomb in the scrimmage earlier this year and cooled off a little bit after that. But Pelican Rapids, I think she was 4 for 6 in the games. And then DGF in the second game, she had 2 hits. So she's been on fire. Anna Erickson behind the plate, too, both of them are hitting over 400 right now. So
and I can't speak enough about, Anna, I've seen her all winter long and also all fall long. Brian, you and I have seen her for many the seasons here, volleyball and basketball, of course, and now softball. And she's just a good athlete, as is Abby Johnson, too, as well. So it's, Anna's a good catcher. She's a good receiver behind the plate for you.
Yep, and she's, it's an athlete of her caliber. You wonder if she can improve, and she has.
Wow.
It's fun to work with kids like that if you can, convince them they can even play at a higher level. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of taken that on the last 2 or 3 games, and we've seen that, like in the doubleheader, our final out, she threw behind the runner on first on purpose, and we got her in a rundown, and that ended the game.
Wow.
But to be able to make that throw and do it in a way that freezes the runner is pretty impressive.
That's pretty good. So, it would have been fun to see, And then tomorrow, as we said earlier there, Coach, you're taking on Holly tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what do you know about Holly?
Well, they're a very consistent program, and, kind of like DGF, they're always ranked, and I think right now they're in the top 10 in the state.
Oh, okay.
And what those programs do is they just keep driving. They got 9 batters that can hit, and they'll take advantage of, little mistakes, and they don't make mistakes. So it'll be another, great opportunity for our girls to see if they can stick with a team like that. Athletically, we can. It's just, playing softball the way it needs to be played to stay in those games. So.
Yeah. So what have you learned about your team now? You're a few games into this thing, 7 or 8 games into this season so far. Your first year as head coach. What have you learned about the team, and what are you trying to get there and make some noise in the sections?
Yeah. Defensively, we're pretty sound. It's figuring out the best places to put people right now defensively. Offensively, that's where we're really trying to get the growth right now is getting them to swing at their pitch, or don't let it get to 0-2 before they swing. It's just that mindset of, you may only get your pitch, one at bat. Right. And when you see it, you better be ready to swing.
Yep.
And we've had a couple younger girls, really set the tone for that. Sydney Roberts, a 9th grader, then Addie Dodge, an 8th grader. And, man, when they see their pitch, they're hitting, and they're always hitting. Rarely do they go down striking out, or they definitely don't go down looking. So I've told my girls, I said, look, if you hit the ball, I'll find a place for you on defense. And I've stuck with that, all year, because, we have people on base in scoring position, and we usually get them in. It's just getting that right mindset when we got people on base to make sure we get them in.
And before I forget, Coach Brian, you got another Lady Husky hit a player of yours, as we talked about in the track team. Another Lady Husky of yours hit a home run the other day before the BW Storm, Leah DeVries.
She did, and what's kind of funny story there is Leah's our buncher. Okay. And, she's so fast, and she gets the bunt down, and she goes. And so before that at bat, I was telling her, I said, Leah, this is a good opportunity bunt if you want to. It's not one of those situations where you have to. And, I could tell she was thinking about it, and first pitch she goes yard. So it was great, and for Leah to go yard, she hits it hard, but it's usually not her launch angle, when she hits. She's usually just a line drive. She usually doesn't get under it. But, yeah, she hit that one straight dead center. It was pretty cool.
I seen her Facebook picture. She had a great big smile on her face, so congratulations to Leah on that one. So that's pretty cool. So
yeah, it was good.
I'm sure it was her first varsity home run anyway. I'm sure,
yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yep. All right, so you got Holly tomorrow. Brian, you and Austin are going to cover that one if we have it and the weather permitting, and we'll be over there.
Yep, two games. Both games are counters, right?
Yep.
4 o'clock.
4 and 6.
Yep. So we'll be there with Three Borders Sports. And Coach, you got anything else? Coach, you got anything for Coach?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Coach, anything else?
Well, one other thing. My junior high went to Fergus Falls last week. You got that?
I forgot to mention.
Yeah, so I got to take my 7th and 8th graders over there, and when we played really well. It really wasn't a tournament, more of a round robin, but we beat Frazee 9-6, Fergus Falls 10-5, and then Alexandria jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and then Skyly Paulskamp and Addie Dodge hit back-to-back home runs, kind of got us back in it, and then
So Addie got one there, huh?
yeah,
Good for her.
yeah, and then it was bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, tying run on second, and Marley Bum struck her out. So
Wow.
we went 3-0 there, and they were pretty pumped about that.
I
so.
bet they were. I did see
Yeah.
that, and I had it on my notes here to talk to you,
Yeah.
Coach, and I didn't even see it. But I'm glad you brought that up. Marley Mum pitched well for you there, is what I hear.
Yeah, she's been pitching really well for the C team and part of the JV team as well.
So that's awesome. So things are looking good for BW Storm.
Yeah, they are.
How about that? That's pretty cool. All right, Coach, got anything else? We'll let
No,
you go.
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good.
We kept you long enough. We'll let Coach Dodge go, and head coach of the BW Storm. They play tomorrow night at 4 o'clock right over there at Breckenridge High School, just east of the swimming pool. So you can go over there and watch them there. And we'll also have it here on Three Borders Sports Network on our YouTube channel. And we'll let you know if it'll be on 125 here tomorrow when we post it on the website. So, Coach Dodge, thanks again. And Brian and I will be right back after this, and we'll wrap it up.
Since 1996, Giants have been a go-to snack for quality. Giants works directly with farmers to ensure you're receiving the best Giant seeds in every bag. From planting to harvest, they ensure the quality and attention sunflowers deserve to deliver the best taste possible. Giants cashews and pistachios continue our tradition of making the finest nut available. They're a fan favorite. Whether you're in the mood for dill pickle, sour cream and onion, or bacon ranch, we have the flavors to satisfy your cravings. Giant Snacks, where quality still matters. That's the Giants difference.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Then and down the road. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Thrivent and Will Ulick provides clarity for where you are today, confidence for where you go tomorrow. Thrivent combines financial expertise with purpose-based planning to help you with where you are today and where you want to be tomorrow. At Thrivent, Will Ulick can help you address a variety of complex subjects to meet your unique wealth management needs, from retirement planning to investment management and estate planning. Thrivent, what are you invested in? Thrive with purpose. Thrivent and Will Ulick supports all area sports teams and wishes them the best of luck.
Founded in 1972, Mindak Farmers Cooperative is owned by nearly 500 sugar beet growers and has a rich history of sweetening life in the Red River Valley. Join Mindak's team today. In addition to an excellent pay and benefit package, they are currently offering a $2,000 sign-on bonus for all full-time positions, which includes sugar loader, packager helper, extra gang, and yard person helper. Entry-level starting wage in the factory is $19.73 per hour. Apply online at mdf.coop/careers or contact Denise at 701-671-1338.
Do you know that we serve nearly 1,500 square miles across North Dakota and Minnesota? Or that we've been around for over 60 years? How about that we've got 3,000 miles of fiber optics powering one of the best networks in the region? The best part? We're a cooperative. That means we're continually reinvesting in our communities to make them better than ever. We are Red River Communications. We've been recognized as a leader for helping our communities be great places to live and work. To find out how we're helping connect our communities, visit redrivercom.com/connecting.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show here on Three Borders Sports Network, and we are powered by Red River Communications. And if you have Red River Communications, it's cable channel 125. Thank you for tuning in and watching our Coaches Show tonight. And we had a busy Coaches Show tonight.
Yeah,
a little busier than I thought it was going to be, which is fine.
A little bit busier than we thought, but Framer stepped up and did a good job.
I was actually glad to see Dan.
If we were giving out MVP awards, we'd probably give it to Framer.
Give it to him tonight.
I think so.
Rookie of the Year.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We do that. He's been doing it 20 27 years, so I think he knows what he's talking about.
Did he start when he was 10? Because he doesn't look a day over 30. I mean,
hopefully he's watching there, Framer. Maybe you get a little credit there from B-Dub.
I don't know.
All right. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, Vaterstadt and Thrivent, Will Ulick, Farmers Union Insurance, and Kyle DeVries, Mindak Farmers Co-op, OSPTI, Wahpeton Daily News, Carlson Family Insurance, Red River Human Services, City of Wahpeton, and Three Rivers Crisis Center. And, of course, don't forget Gripper Sports right down here on Dakota Avenue. Just for all your favorite sports teams apparel, stop and see Wayne and Grip down there. They can also make a pretty cool vinyl sign down there, too.
Yeah, they can. A little mesh sign, too, as well.
So. Yeah, they're doing a lot for us for the baseball squad. So they do nice work down there, folks. So make sure they're doing some pretty cool looking softball uniforms too. I was down there the other day, and Tyler was working on some softball uniforms for I believe it was Ransom County, one of the Ransom County teams, and the Buzzards.
The Buzzards.
Yeah,
really.
Buzzards softball team.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You work? Oh, that's right. You're retired. I was going to wonder why you were.
Yeah, I'm just
down there. You can retire.
Goofing around. So.
Yeah,
we got a busy schedule tomorrow, and then possibly on Friday too as well. On Thursday, we got 2 games tomorrow. Brian, you're going to be over with Austin doing the Storm game as we just talked about against Holly, and then I'll be here doing the Huskies boys baseball team here against North. And then on Friday, we got another Huskies game here as they take on Davies at John Randall Field, if weather permitting, of course.
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow holds off and we can get those games in. It's just kind of, like Coach Lass said, you have all these days off, you miss these games. It can be hard to stay in your rhythm, especially for softball and baseball. It can be tough to stay in the groove, and hopefully they can get them in. Girls are going to have a tough test against Holly, and we'll see if the boys can get it done against North. So.
And as you mentioned there, Coach Lash, Brian, you talked about staying in the rhythm there, and you know it too as well. I mean, if you get some storm dates and some things, your basketball squad goes into maybe a little bit of a funk. But it's really important for this track team as they're getting more and more folks qualified for the state track meet.
Yeah, you want to make sure they get those opportunities. Track more than anything, you need those repetitions, you need those chances to qualify.
Yeah.
And if they keep getting postponed and then they get too far back in the season and then they get canceled, well, there's a bunch of opportunities that you miss for some kids who've been right on the edge, just short of qualifying.
Yeah.
Who you think, okay, if they get a couple more chances, they're going to make it. And to get those taken away from would really kind of hurt. And you'd like to see them get those meets in.
Yep, and then on Monday we'll have the track meet, if that is able to be held on Monday from Frank Verton Field, and then D. Jensen track and field meet there. We're going to be doing it there on Monday, so we're looking forward to that too as well.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing that last year, and hopefully we can pull it off again this year. So a nice event to be held at home, and chance for us to do something that you don't see online a lot. We don't get a lot of opportunities to do track meets, so
yeah.
Something that we want to do. Again, we want to try and get tennis in too as well.
Yeah, we're gonna get that done. Yep. We will get that done.
Got softball going, so nice to see different things that are out there on Three-Quarter
Some
Sports
baseball
Network.
Coming up this summer too as well. And speaking of this summer, June 4th at 10 a.m. here downtown Wahpeton, the Blue Goose Parade will be happening, and this is a non-sport event that Three Borders Sports will be covering, and we're going to have Raleigh Lip right downtown in Town Center Square. So if you're going to have a parade or a float in the parade, make sure you get your information to Lisa over at the Chamber of Commerce, and Julie won't be able to attend with Raleigh, but if you'd like to do a sponsorship on that thing, let us know, because we are looking for a couple sponsors for that, and that would help us bring that to you. And then also on June 18th, we are doing the 9-man and 11-man Shrine Game for the second year in a row. We're pretty proud of that.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. That game is going to be up at Mayville this year. Was at West Fargo Cheyenne last year. And then we're teaming up with Your Live Event to bring expanded coverage, different camera angles, sideline reporter, things like that. We got some interviews that are being put together that we're going to show before the game with different players and coaches and things like that. So we're really looking forward to that and the relationship that we have with Wiley.
Absolutely. And if you're looking to sponsor that too, contact either Brian or myself. You can contact us on our Facebook page or send Brian an email at 3bordersportsnetwork 3boarderssports@gmail.com, and that's 3 with the number 3. So just send us an email and we'll get that too. And we'll get in touch with you if you'd like to sponsor some games. Local athletes, Blake Schaefer from Wahpeton, Jacoby Anderson from Tri-State. You got Tate Jurdy and Johnny Gutzmer from the Warbirds. And I forgot to mention earlier, Scott Stringy, head coach of the Warbirds, is going to be the head coach for the nine-man squad.
There you go. Got some great football players in this area, so it's good to see them on the big stage.
Yep. So all stars from the state of North Dakota and some from Northwest Minnesota will be up there on stage. So like I said, if you'd like to take a sponsorship, let us know. That's it, B-Dub?
I think that's going to do it.
We got a busy next few days. Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. So
it'll be good.
I'll give you the weekend off.
I need it, man.
All right. All right. For Brian Watson, I'm Joe Schreiner, Three Borders Sports Network. We want to thank you for watching tonight's Coaches Show. Good night, everybody.